if you had to be a utensil in a kitchen drawer, what would Iaconelli be? And Iaconelli, what would Boyd be?
Wow.
Any utensil. I mean, from an egg beater to.
Well, I got to go on for Boyd.
Okay.
Boyd's going to be a Swiss Army knife.
It's in your kitchen.
It's in my kitchen.
Okay.
I carry a Swiss Army knife in my kitchen.
Okay.
But you do a little bit of everything, which a Swiss Army knife does.
Yep.
Spatula.
Spatula?
Undoubtedly spatula.
Why a spatula?
It's a spatula. You wonder the same thing, don't you? One of my favorite stories about Mike's history was flipping hamburgers at a job early on. I've read that, heard it, I know about it. And so I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's funny how things stick about people. I can see Mike wanting to be a professional bass fisherman, which, by the way, did a pretty damn good job. But early on, when he was dreaming of I can just see him flipping those burgers like SpongeBob. Like SpongeBob.
Yep.
You know, I mean, back there doing. I bet he was high energy and one of the best hamburger flippers in the North.
Slinging them out.
I was good. I flipped hamburgers. I folded jeans. I worked in the mall. I distributed packages. Delivered newspapers. Cut lawns. I had a lot of cool jobs.
Yeah.
But the spatula is one of my favorites. Thank you for that. By the way.
Welcome. There you go.
I like that.
Spatula man.
Yeah.
What? There it is. Somebody come up with the corn on the cob, a little spiked corn on the cob thing. Thought that was a genius idea.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times do you actually use them in a year?
When you have company.
Not for food.
Yeah.
You use those as home security.
Do you?
That's it.
Like gouge somebody in the eye?
Yeah, it's a shank.
Yeah.
Shank.
Or put it in a blowgun.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work perfectly. Well, what's a real deal on one of the anglers out here that maybe he's a little mooch or cheapskate or tends to forget his wallet, or maybe he needs that special bait from Japan that you've got in your boat and he doesn't, and you never see it again. Is there one of those guys? What's a real deal?
Is there one?
Yeah.
Oh, throw
it out there.
One of those guys.
Yeah.
There's several of those guys.
Ooh.
But I got to tell you, one of them's Kelly Jordan. I mean, hey, and I'm sorry,
Wow.
Kelly, to have to tell you the truth because he's a roommate of mine and a friend of mine. But the man never brings his wallet. He leaves stuff every place. He comes to the events without enough line. He comes to the events without enough lures. I mean, he's like, dude, man, can I borrow some line? Can I borrow? I mean, he's like a junkie at your room door, man.
I gotta have a square bill, dude. Just one square bill. Perfect.
I mean, Kelly Jordan, man.
Man, I've heard that.
He couldn't make it if it wasn't for the rest of us. The rest of us built Kelly Jordan's career.
So if you open up Kelly Jordan's tackle box or in his boat, you'll see a box of Boyd Duckett stuff, and there's one for Iaconelli. There's one of Kevin's, and there's Mike McClellan's box.
He has no personal brands. It's just our brand.
Yes.
He's just a mix of whatever. But you know something amazing about Kelly? With all that going on, most of which he leaves in the floor of the boat, and the hooks are rusted, and he's always re-spooling the morning of the tournament. Have you ever noticed that about Kelly?
I did.
There's not a single blast off. Kelly doesn't have 4 rods up in the air. He's winding on line, by the way, that he borrowed from me. and he reaches down at the last minute and ties something on that's rusted from the floor of the boat.
Just caught his eye.
And then he goes and catches the big bass of the tournament more often than anybody that's ever fished.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
He does.
Doesn't he?
He does.
Just wings it out there. There's an 8-pounder to get things started. There you go.
Yeah, all because it's sitting there.
Sitting there on a spinner bait that he stole out of my box.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has your luck on it. So he's got everybody's luck
He
accumulated
does.
in his own box.
Exactly.
It's got the karma on it.
He does. He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Kelly Jordan, too, just because I want to be number 5 to beat up on Kelly. I'm almost positive he has something from mine from like 1987.
Really, that far back.
That far back. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it is. I think it's parachute pants or shell toe Adidas.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Or
Parachute.
Mike-
Some real pimp stuff.
Or it might be my Run DMC cassette that he borrowed.
There you go.
Something.
Yeah.
He's got it and I want it back.
Because he's a hoarder. He doesn't get rid of anything.
Oh, he doesn't?
I promise you guys that.
Absolutely not.
He
No,
uses it up.
Yeah.
He's got storage units full of
Yes.
stuff.
Stacked up. and stacked
Borrowed
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's,
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that Kelly Jordan will sit back and watch this particular webcast and maybe do some self-evaluations. You know,
if it helps Kelly, I'm glad I could be part of it.
well, we
You got to
appreciate
be
it.
honest with yourself before you can move on.
That's right. That's right. I don't know if he wants to move on. That might be might be the problem. It's not a problem with him because he doesn't want to move on.
No, he's kind
He's
of
playing you guys like fiddles. What he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why do I need to buy any of this stuff?
It's kind of like the college kid that comes home and never really leaves the house. I mean, he's still living with mama
At the age of 42.
At the age of past 42 now, but he's just. But if it wasn't for us, giving him his allowance, allowing him to exist,
Yeah.
I mean, he'd just be done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And I don't think any of us are mad about it.
No.
But if we see a Kelly Jordan eBay site pop up with all our stuff,
So,
then
what's the real deal with Shelly Saunders?